Good pum pum speed feed self. Yeah, me remember when you tell me say your pussy blessed.
First and foremost, free up me blood clot Don. And free up Sean Storm and free up Tommy Lee. They got dancehall locked down right now. It's a sad situation. I'm your gracious host, Jimmy Hoffa, and we're back like we never left. I hope Gaza Nation is still rocking with me, but this is the perfect song for me to forward back on because there's a lot of patois in this one that the Yankees won't understand, so I'm here to break it down to the patois illiterate. I also want to say, blessed Earth Strong, to the GOAT, the king of all kings, the exiled pharaoh, soon to be free, Vybz Kartel. Dancehall Royalty is out right now. Go stream it, go buy it, go to all your platforms. Make sure you run up the numbers. And without further ado, teacher, please begin.
Roll down your panty so gently. Set up on your belly, watch your pussy looking at me. So me force up me cocky till it walking on your belly. When you come, my body get white with your discharge.
Our great Gaza leader begins the first verse of Dirty John Crow. And here's something that I want to point out, right? You know they wanted to name the song Dirty John Crow, but it's Dirty John Crow. And that's because foreigners don't know what dirty is, so they don't understand dirty, so it's a lot easier for them to find the song if they like it. So it's little things like that the yardies, they understand it completely, but the foreigners don't. So that's smart marketing if you want to appeal to a broader audience, right? So the king of dancehall, he says he rolls down her panties ever so gently, and then he sets upon her belly, and he sees the needle eye looking at him, that perfect little needle eye staring at him. So he gets an idea. He wants to just force his cocky up until it bruck in your belly, right? So another thing I gotta say, sorry for this, but it needs to be pointed out. I get my lyrics off of genius.com, right? I get the lyrics just so I can have something. So instead of me remembering all the lyrics in my head, I have something to look at so I can explain it back to you, right? And Genius, whoever's writing this stuff should be fired, and they should give me the job, and then I have a full-time job so I could do this show forever and not have to worry about going out and making a living, because whoever's writing this patois is a dunce head, to be honest, right? So on genius.com it says, till it buck your belly. But it's brucking of your belly, right? Your penis, after you ejaculate, it goes soft, right? So that's what he meant. But whoever's writing this is stupid. So then he says, when you come, me buddy get white with your discharge. And on genius.com it says, my buddy get white with your list jaw. What is a list jaw? So somebody at Genius, please hire me to write the lyrics for dancehall out, because I could do a much better job and we wouldn't have these problems. Because some foreigner goes and looks this up, they ain't gonna know what they're talking about. But that's a dope line, right? If you really beat up a girl good, right? You really perform in the bedroom good, you're gonna see that white creamy foam on your dick, and that means that she is letting out her secretions, and that means she's having a good time. She can't fake that. There's certain things you can't fake. You see what I'm saying? But that's a dope way to start this song out.
And you clean like Jesus is stars, but when we are fuck your name bloody janko. Boom panic cocky girl from me tancho. Rev it out slow.
Adi the innocent then takes it to the bridge, and this bridge is real dope too. He says, underneath you clean like Jesus's toes. So the underneath is the pussy. So her pussy's real clean. Her front is real clean, right? And then he says, like Jesus's toes. Jesus walks on water, right? Jesus is just floating around in the heavens now, so Jesus' feet is never dirty, right? And then he says, but when we a fuck, you're named Dirty John Crow, right? So a John Crow is a bad person, right? So in the bedroom, it's that old saying, a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets, right? So when they're in the bedroom, he's beating it up like she's a Dirty John Crow, but you know, her pussy is beautiful and clean like Jesus' toes. That's a real dope line. Then he says, boom pandi kaki gal vomit and choke, right? So he's saying, you know, either she's giving the best back shots or she's riding it, and you hear that. That's two bodies smacking, you know what I mean? That's boom pon it, right? So I call it the thunderclap. That's a little inside joke with me and my friends, right? But then he says vomit and choke, so you know that means she's giving out those BLO double JOBs, right? From the, you know, when he made it famous in Jamaica to be able to do that, right? So she's giving a nasty blowjob, right? And then he says, you know, rev it out, so that just means, you know, they're working overtime in the bedroom. They're having a good session. It ain't no love making going on right now. It's all hardcore fucking, right? It's fire.
Caddy of white liver salt in it, with a drop in a yo and it a bun you every minute. How the fuck sweet you your whole if you live with the tiger. Like you say you breathe every 3 minutes.
Alright, right here, Kartel says, Adi have white liver, right? And white liver, I know every yardie understands what that means, but there's some actual, there's some crazy stuff behind that, right? So the white liver is if you have white spots on your liver. So back in the days, it actually used to be a term for just women, right? In Jamaica, like the coolies, the Indians, they had a super high sex drive, right? But then there's so much mixing in Jamaica that then men could have white liver, then anybody could have it. So it's like you have a voracious sexual appetite, right? But here's a funny thing that I found out is in Kentucky, in America, in the Appalachian Mountains, they also have the same idea. They call it white liver, right? And they say like women who have white liver, they fuck their husbands to death. So you find a chick, she had 3 husbands, they all died. And then when she finally dies, they do a autopsy on her and they find out that she got white spots on her liver. And then they found out the same with some men who got like bigger penises, they got white spots on the liver and all this crazy stuff. So I don't know if it's scientifically proven, but it's a superstition that's in America and in Jamaica. So I just wanted to say that that's crazy, you know, just doing a little research on that. But Adi apparently got the white liver, so he got a voracious sexual appetite, right? We could probably tell that by all the kids he got. And then he said, you know, sweat drops in the eye and it burns every minute. So, you know, when you're over a girl and then if you're going crazy on it, then you're sweating, little sweat gets in her eye, it burns, but the fuck is sweet, right? So her hole tells her she gotta live with it. So her pussy's telling her, yo, even though it's burning my eyes with all this sweat, we gotta stay in the fight because you know, the rest of our body saying it's dope, but our eye is saying that we need to stop because this is burning. And then he said, hey gal, bet you say you breed every 3 minutes. So, you know, he's saying, yo, he's got the potent seed. So he's like, hey, you might be having triplets after this. Yeah, he's breeding every couple minutes. He's nutting inside her. So he just went wild with the lyrics right there. It's crazy. And with that last line, we're about to take it to the glorious chorus.
Wind up your body, wind up your body. Wind up your body, wind up your body. Wind up your body, wind up your body. Tweet for the VP, tweet for me daddy. Hey, yeah. Wind up your body, wind up your body. Wind up your body, wind up your body. Wind up your body, wind up your body. Tweet for the VP, for me daddy.
Big up the VP, Sikka Rymes, and big up whoever shot and directed this video, cause I like the concept. It's real dope. It's got a little Michael Jackson Thriller throwback feel in it, And the women in it, I love all of them. There's some bad women right there. Very sexy. I like their outfits and the makeup. Very sexy. But yo, Sikka just comes in with the wind up your body, right? Do it for me, VP, do it for me, daddy. And it's dope. But something that people don't know is that, you know, he stays monotone for the first time, and then the second time he brings it up an octave, and then every line up a little octave. That stuff's not easy. So it's little things like that. Maybe just an artist or a musician or a producer or someone like that would catch, but the normal people might not even pre that when they're listening to a song. But it's stuff like that that separates an artist apart from just a regular person off the street. If you took them into the booth and said, go voice that, they wouldn't be able to do that. So that's just something I wanted to point out. I think that Sikka Rymes probably had the best 2020, even though 2020 was the worst year ever for Sikka Rymes musically. It was probably one of his best, and I'm happy that he had a spot on Dancehall Royalty, because he is part of the legacy of Dancehall Royalty, for real.
If you have a man at the north, fret no, put on French letter, open up your envelope. The condom bust a baby, I got develop. Give me picnic, no left no jacket round, that's up.
The greatest musician of all time begins this final verse by saying that, he says, yo, if you got a man, right, Adi ain't afraid of that. He's gonna put on his French letter and open up your envelope. When I heard this, I said, dog, this person is a genius amongst geniuses, and he says stuff that will never be said even again in music, right? How does he even know this, right? A French letter is a condom. Let that sink in. They say, yo, if you got a man, I ain't afraid of that, because I just put on a condom. So he said, put on a French letter and open up your envelope. Think of how you open an envelope, a slit, right? Pussy, letter goes in the envelope. Like, come on, man. That's just genius fucking lyrics. I'm sorry, man. You got to respect it. And you got to give flowers before the funeral. You know what I mean? You got to give them their flowers. But yeah, that was crazy. And then he said, if the condom busts, right? So the condom breaks, a baby is going to develop, right? And then he says, gimme me pickney, right? Nah left jacket round deso. So, yo, a jacket in Jamaica is you know, you have a baby with another dude, but say your boyfriend, right? You pretend that he's the father of the baby, right? So Kartel says, yo, even if you're cheating on your man, if the condom breaks, we have a baby, I want my kids, I want my pickney. You know he's a family man, and he doesn't play around his children, and he accepts all of his children, and he supports them the best way he can in his certain circumstances. So that's just crazy lyrics right there. But that was amazing. I was shocked. I always get shocked when Kartel spits, because it's always something new. He never ceases to amaze me.
Your boom boom tiny so and fresher than pine saw. Lord set you on your side and fuck out your title. Good boom boom speed feed self. Yeah, me remember when they tell me say your pussy blessed, baby.
Vybz Kartel has to be the greatest intro maker of all time. No one makes catchier intros that, right? You'll always remember, and as soon as the song comes on, you hear the intro and you automatically get excited. That's something that every other artist in the world needs to work on. But yeah, this one's catchy, as most of them are. He says, your pum pum tiny so and fresher than pine saw. Me love set you upon your side and fuck out your tight hole. So it's dope, right? But he said, you know, her pussy's tiny. She got the needle eye, right? And then it's fresher than pine saw. That it's fresher than cleaning liquids. You know what I mean? It's you don't have to worry about catching nothing, right? And then he said, he likes putting her on her side and giving her a good fuck. You know what I mean? And then he said, good poom poom speaks for itself. And he remembers when you said your pussy's blessed, right? But you can say your pussy's blessed all you want. The pussy will tell you if it's blessed or not. So you don't even have to say nothing. Good poom poom speaks for itself. And that's a dope line. And with that last line, we have reached the end of another Vybz Kartel and Sikka Rymes masterpiece. I just want to thank everyone in Gaza Nation for tuning in. If you're still tuning in, you know, I can't apologize enough. Life is crazy and things don't always turn out the right way. And I had the worst 2020. It was a bad time, and that's all I want to say about it. You know, no sob stories, but I'm happy to be back, and I hope I could stay back this time, and I hope that everybody accepts me and is still rocking with me in Gaza Nation. But, you know, this is, you know, I'm the first person to ever do this type of thing, and hopefully someday it works out where this show continues to grow. Maybe I can get some sponsors. I really want to do this show for the rest of my life, or, you know, as long as I can, and really turn it into a brand or something. But it's out of my hands, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna just keep trying to work at it as much as I can, and you know, hopefully blessings upon blessings happen. But, you know, the future, as we know, is uncertain, right? So everyone in Gaza Nation, bless up, celebrate the new album release, celebrate, you know, the King's birthday, and you already know, it's Gaza me say forever.
Hey, yeah. Wind up your body, 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 wind up your body. Tweet for the VP, tweet for me daddy.